was this the first water feature on the property?
Yes, it actually. We had about 15 homeowners out here, and we built this on a Saturday.
Just to teach them?
Yeah, and I said, you know what, I'm going to tear it out next week and redo it, and that was about 15 years ago.
You need to get more homeowners out to help you, huh? Look at this. Welcome to paradise. What is that right there?
That's the dugout.
What is the dugout?
Chris's kid is 8 when we built it, 9 now. So it's literally just a cave.
How fun is that? Man, that's like a World War II bunker in there. All right, so I can see the pond right there, right? So this is Will Reese. He's, how long, many years you been with Chris?
Well, 6-ish.
6-ish years, and he met as an Iowa State landscape architect student?
Landscape design, but yes.
Landscape design student when Chris was a teacher there. And this is Chris Thompson from Just Add Water, and we're at your personal house, right, Chris?
Yes, we are at my house.
So this is my first time seeing the water feature out here in Des Moines, Iowa of Chris. Put it in a year ago?
I've been done it 2 years now.
2 years, okay. And of course we get right out of the car and the first thing that we see is a nice pondless waterfall in the front yard. So was this the first water feature on the property?
Yes, it actually. This was actually a build-upon day I did when I had a bigger retail store. So we had about 15 homeowners out here, and we built this on a Saturday.
Just to teach them?
Yeah, and I said, you know what, I'm going to tear it out next week and redo it, and that was about 15 years ago.
You need to get more homeowners out to help you, huh?
Yep.
I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, and it's all about showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyle, including our certified aquascape contractors, Chris and his main right-hand guy, Will.
This is the local kids. They the stream here is perfect for floating boats. They turn like wood sticks, and they flip wood sticks down here.
Yeah, so you enjoy the neighbors.
Yeah, the best was my old neighbor came home one day and their kids were over here and they thought they were beavers. So actually water was like rushing everywhere. They actually built a dam in the middle thing and was draining it. This actually just made me laugh.
And that's what kids should do.
Absolutely.
I love it. So this waterfall is right outside his front door. What else could you put in the front that would have this much of an impact? Nice little bench sitting right here. What would a project like this from Just Add Water entail?
Actually got old biofalls in there. And then we've got about 15 foot of stream. You're in the $12,000 to $15,000 range.
And about how many pounds of stone there, Will?
If you include the retaining wall up front, probably about 8,000 to 10,000 pounds.
So for installing 8,000 to 10,000 pounds of rock, a 30-foot stream, and a basin, what would the investment be from Just Add Water?
We would be at about $15,000. Okay,
beautiful. $15,000 and an entranceway that nobody is going to forget. And the neighbors could have some fun too. Look at this. Welcome to paradise. That chair has my name all over it. Wow. Traditional neighborhood, untraditional yard. What is that right there?
That's the dugout.
What is the dugout?
Chris's kid is 8 when we built it, 9 now. So it's literally just a cave. We've got our LED lights in there and everything.
Uh-huh.
It's like a peephole on the outside.
How fun is that? Man, that's like a World War II bunker in there. You got a Victoria water lily.
I haven't potted it yet. This came up this morning. You can see the water still in it. It just opened this morning, that new leaf in the middle.
So that's a brand new leaf, and look at how big it already is. That is probably 6 inches across right there. So this is kind of the ritual. This is your seating rock, huh?
I like to sit down here, drop my feet in the water.
So this is kind of your dream yard that you created for yourself, right?
Yeah, this is my third pond. The first couple times my wife couldn't really let me do what I wanted. I don't think I was good enough to do this.
Uh-huh.
And then the last time I just basically said, she just said I could do whatever I want as long as I don't ever change it again.
Okay, so you did it right the first time, or the third time.
Third time. I finally got what I wanted the third time. And
Yeah.
she absolutely loves it. She's out here all the time.
Of course. Why wouldn't she? And there's the steps to get right in, to be able to actually just go in here and wade like I'm doing right now. For me to be able to come out and visit my customers and showcase how they're living the aquascape lifestyle and then live it myself. I mean, I got to tell you, this is as nice as it gets, where I'm in here with water lilies. It's in the morning. They're just starting to open up. There's some absolutely beautiful koi that he's feeding out here. I mean, this is just spectacular. And there's traffic going around. So tell me about the building of this water feature.
My first pond I wanted like this, but I thought about it for probably a year or two. I had a pond I kind of neglected. I actually had a native prairie go in the back. It's pretty cool wildlife, but we wanted something more we could play with. The old pond I had was, I had a lower patio that cantilevered out. I just kind of hang out in one spot and sit. I had a couple stepping stones, but you know, I got in a couple times. But I really wanted something that, with my son getting older, he could play in, play around. So we wanted something bigger. I wanted it deeper. The old pond was only 2 feet deep. Then I wanted it so interactive. I wanted the stepping stones. I wanted the viewing stone. I wanted the paths along it. I wanted different vantage points, like the lower patio. There's different scenes, like different areas. So like the nighttime, we like to be down the lower patio with the fire pit. It's a completely different setting than up on during the day. During the day, at the beach. Then at usually evening, we'll move to the viewing stone, feed the fish there. So I wanted a bunch of interactive areas, but I also wanted my kid to explore and experience. So a lot of rocks. I knew he likes jumping off of rocks. We've been doing a lot of traveling the last few years in national parks. When you go hiking in the woods, and I wanted to be like, there's one place in Colorado, it's called Hanging Lake, and you do this hike up this mountain. You keep going back and forth across the stream, but then you get up the top, and there's like water coming off all these different areas, and that's kind of what inspired me. I wanted water coming from a bunch of different areas, and I wanted more of like the surround sound when you set out in the peninsula. But I wanted my waterfalls to be more like water just coming through different rock areas.
Talk about your pond party and what people said when they saw this thing for the first time.
We've seen the people walk by along the sidewalk, and they think it's really, really cool. But then I gotta say, you gotta come in and look at it. Because if you're out on the sidewalk and look at it, it's just a pond. It looks cool. They get inside the yard and actually look at it from the main viewing areas, from the house, from the patios, and they're just completely blown away. The best is they come in, they see it from the viewing stone, but then also the people, like, you know, for the pond tour. So this was under construction for 9 months. I had piles of rocks, I had dirt piles. So we had our pond party, we invited all our neighbors. So a bunch of neighbors came through there and just walking through going, holy crap, I can't believe you built this. You know, this is so worth it.
What is involved with building one of these?
We've got a total of about 20,000 gallons of water. The main pond area is 18 foot wide, 36 foot wide, and then we got another little finger off, another 15 by 15 finger come off where we seam the liner together. We've got probably 150 to 170,000 pounds of actual boulders in here. So we've got a couple rocks that are about 8,000 pounds. So those add up real quick, and probably about 40,000 pounds of gravel. This should be about a 4 to 5 week project, but because it's my yard, it wasn't full time. It was about 9 months. I've never put a price point on it, but it's probably 150,000. With the full backyard, you might be approaching 200,000 with the hardscapes, some of the custom hardscapes.
Awesome.
I bought one plant. Everything in here is from one plant, and then since then we've actually put them in a lot of our clients' ponds.
Yeah, the Juan Visas. You can keep dividing them every year.
We divide them. They grow like crazy. So most of mine are Juan Visas. I did, for the first time ever, get a hold of that Amazon lily. I'm going to see how that does. My pond's probably not quite big enough. It's a big pond, but I want to see what it does. It's just kind of like a bucket list thing for me.
The awesome thing about the Juan Visa water lily is how it changes colors. Multicolored on one lily. Beautiful. And they will come. A little baby toad. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Here you go. Go for a swim. How cute is that? So you converted your garage into a winter training quarters, huh?
Yeah, we haven't used it since the spring, but so it's kind of storage right now, but there's the last pond I built.
You know the guy gets into his work when he takes over one of his bays to put a training center in his garage. So what'd you do? How'd you use this?
So let's see, we got two guys usually a day,
Uh-huh.
and they build 1 or 2 water features a day. So they'll come in, I work in the office, plan for the season, and then they come out, they build entry-level features. And then Lo and I will come out, critique it, make them move rocks around, make them tweak it, and then they pull it out. We've got extra boulders over there.
You have an understanding wife.
Yeah, the first day she came home and we had the wall built and we had like 8 tons of sand in here, and it was just kind of like,
ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Absolutely. So it's what, 2 years? It's been here 2 years.
Yeah. So you know what? One of the reasons that when you're in an area like Iowa or Chicago, you don't have 12 months a year that you can build water features. So to keep your guys fresh and to continue to train them, we do this in the winter in Chicago. We do the Aquascape Academy where people come in and use our sandbox, and some of our top contractors like Chris actually has converted part of their garage. And that's what you get when you get a certified aquascape contractor. You get a guy who's living the aquascape lifestyle in a big way himself, but he turned his garage into a training area. And that's the dedication. And when you get a professional and you want to hire somebody that knows what they're doing, it might cost you more because you're hiring a true artist and a professional to build water features versus just some guy that just might pop one in here and there. Find a certified aquascape contractor and start living the aquascape lifestyle yourself. I love my job. So Chris, where are we right now?
Perennial Gardens,
Okay.
they are a landscape design install company. So they have 35 employees.
So you have an office here, and you have some displays.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about this display.
This is actually, we just redid it here about a month ago. They reworked it.
Uh-huh.
The stone we got from one of the guys, is that Bobby Kerr?
Okay.
He sent me up a sample of this weathered limestone. So it was like raining one day. The guy threw 10 over it. Reworked the display before. We had a pond tour here, and they were on the tour in May.
This is kind of your entry-level pondless water feature here, right?
Yeah, for this feature, you've got a pondless basin with pump in there, and then your plumbing line up to a spillway box. Then you've got your couple waterfalls. You've got about 2 tons of stone in that, about 20 man-hours to put in the ground, and we'd be looking at a $6,000 investment for that.
For $6,000, somebody could have a custom, one-of-a-kind, beautiful water feature at the entranceway to their home. What did it used to be here?
It was another pondless waterfall, a little bit less price because we used local stone, but it was field boulders.
Well, this stone is fantastic because it's got the moss right on it. So you cannot replicate that rock anywhere. Just look at that moss. People pay $6,000 for a piece of artwork that hangs on the wall that's inanimate. Here's animation, and it's a beautiful water feature. So you have that pondless waterfall over there, then you have the pond over here. So this is, customers should come here because it's a public place.
They are open by appointment. So they'll walk their clients through. So they do some really large landscape installations. They'll walk into the little garden center, but they'll walk into the nursery to pick plants. And then obviously they got to walk into the building, and they walk by a water feature.
What's involved with this project here? Give us a little bit of a lay of the land with it.
They had existing display pond they had built. We tore out the display pond they had, updated it, made the pond bigger, put a wetland filter on it, and then rebuilt the stream. We reused the biofalls skimmer, made this cool stepping stone path across it.
Yep.
So the client's going to walk through it. Made it interactive, basically. They just had a 11 by 16 entry-level pond that was for it.
Right. Ponds are always evolving, and you want to continue to change your displays to inspire people. So if somebody wanted to replicate this project in their backyard, what would be involved with doing that?
The process would be, obviously we're digging the pond, digging filter, building stream. You got the skimmer, biofalls, all that good stuff, all your 20 parts of the aquascape ecosystem. Total investment to replicate this in your yard from Just Add Water would be about $25,000.
Right. One of the goals is that you don't see where the water emanates from. Look at that. It's just coming right out of there. You literally don't understand where it comes from. That is the biofalls. That is properly hiding a biofalls. Look at this. There's the edge of the biofalls.
That's what we send all of our clients. It's everything we do. We got cleaning services, your total maintenance programs, winter shutdowns, winter maintenance, construction remodel, talk about steps, lights, all that good stuff, repair, product accessories, and then we just throw a stamp on it.
And anybody that comes by can just get one right out of here.
Yep, and we drop them in the mail to people with ponds that we find.
Perfect.
At all of our displays, we have a self-guided tour. So if you are at Perennial Gardens, you pick this up, you've got the water feature. So there's actually the old one. We got price tags right on it, but then also it directs you to our garden centers and our other displays.
Right.
So you pick this up at any of these locations and you've got 5-6 other water features to go look at.
So where's this display pond in there?
Right here.
Okay, so the total investment for this one from Just Add Water is $22,500, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Good work, my man.
Thank you, sir.
So this is what you do every day. You come and sit in this desk, right, Will?
No.
So this is the office, huh?
I'm here very frequently, as you can tell.
Yes.
So this is a relationship that you have with a perennial grower and landscaper.
Yep.
And you rent some space from him, and then he landscapes all the ponds you do, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then I send all that stuff to them. They send a bunch of stuff to me. So we do maintenance on some of their old ones. And
Will, this thing that you're in is called a chair.
It's not as comfortable as my truck chair.
You have the displays outside. You've got some, so customers can come in, meet with you at Perennial Gardens. And
yeah. And I'll have customers come up, pick up water treatments. It's like a retail store. We had a little area set up earlier this year.
And right out that door is this beautiful Aquascape ecosystem water feature. Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
I'm the pond guy, Greg.
I'm James.
So James, this is Perennial Gardens is your business, right?
Yep.
And how many years have you been in business?
It's been 22 years.
22 years.
In that ballpark.
And how's the relationship been with Just Add Water?
Oh, it's been great.
How does it work?
Like I said before, we get out of building water features because it's so fun to bring an expert in that can build them and just do a fantastic job. So it complements what we do.
Yep.
Because what we do is hardscapes, patios, walls, plant material. We're the experts in that. But when it comes down to the rock, the scaping of the rock, the scaping of the
Yep.
pond, I just like to bring someone in that just is an artist, putting the rocks together. Just adds to our project.
And the plants and the hardscape finish off every water feature. They're the decorations on the Christmas tree.
So it's wonderful to put the combination of the two together.
Amen. Well, thanks for supporting Just Add Water. And the nice thing about relationships is every water feature is a unique work of art, one-of-a-kind custom creation. And how you do the landscaping around it, how you do the hardscaping around it, it's not finished unless you do those things. So we like to say that they're decorations on a Christmas tree. Hey, if you love this stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and share these things so more people can see what living the aquascape lifestyle is all about. I love my job.